What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching, for clicking on this video. All right, so today I'm going to be making a Jamaica wine cake. We call it wine cake, black cake, fruit cake, okay, Jamaican cake. Yes, so I have my butter, my sugar, my baking flour, some baking powder. Yes, guys, you put baking powder in it as well if you do, you're using baking flour, my browning, okay, my mixed spice, my 3 eggs, okay, some wine, and of course I'm going to be using some lemon juice when I put in the egg beat that I'm going to do. Okay, yes, and a pinch of salt. All right, yes, I'm going to be doing this old-fashioned Jamaican way. I'm going to be using my wooden spoon to make this mixture. All right, I'm not going to be using a mixer. Going to be using the good old wooden spoon like we normally do in Jamaica, and that my grandmother and my mother do, that I grew up come to them do. Yeah, and like but then a lot of Jamaicans would do that. So yes, I'm just throwing in my sugar and going ahead and mixing it up. All right, yes, I'm going to be mixing my sugar and my butter. I had my butter out about an hour before I started, okay, for it to get really soft and melted. All right, yes, so there me is I mix up with the wooden spoon. Yes, we're showing the sugar a little at a time, coming and showing the whole of the sugar one time because I didn't want it it better that way. When you do it just a little at a time, get it all rub out and then put it in a little bit more, it helps a lot and it go a lot faster for me, but I'm struggling with the whole of it one time. All right, yes, so there I am mixing it up. You see it coming along and getting all buttered out and smooth. Yes, it does. You want another pan of ace or anything, you just use a wooden spoon and make a cake. Yeah, but if you're the pan of ace and you want to use a mixer, yeah, go ahead. I'm just showing you. Or we normally do it here in Jamaica with a wooden spoon. We love to make a cake with a wooden spoon. Yes. So just beating out the sugar and the egg, trying to get it to a cream. There it is. After a couple minutes after I come back, all beat out and everything. Yes, so creamy it is. Yes, all from the wooden spoon, guys, trust me. Wooden spoon me use and beat out that, rub it out. Yes, and get it all creamy, fluffy, nice. Yes, so now I'm going to be doing the egg. Yeah, going to be beating my 3 egg together. Me just take out the eye of the egg. Always do that, take out the eye of the egg. Them say it make it less raw. Yeah, even though I'm going to be putting just a little tubes of lemon juice inside of it and beat up it together. Yes, so I actually use 3 egg in this, guys. I use 3 egg. Yeah, piece of shell, get it from me and drop in at the egg, me that I try fight with the shell. I try get out the shell. Yeah, that I try get out the piece of shell out there. So I'm just using a little tubes of the lime juice. Yes, lemon juice, lime juice, whichever one you have, you can just use it. Yeah, so I just beat that up together. Now I'm just clearing out my area, take up back the eggshell and wiping off my hand. Yes, we have to practice cleanliness while we in the kitchen. If we do a full kitchen, we still have to do that. All right, yes. So now I'm just going to be putting the egg mixture just a little at a time in my sugar and my butter that I have rubbed out. Yes, so I'm just going to put it in a little bit at a time and beat them all together, rubbing up everything. Yes, get it to that nice smooth consistency. Yes, guys, to make the cake all fluffy and soft and nice, make sure everything beat out together. Yep. So that's what I'm doing, guys. The Jamaican rum cake is very nice. It's, you put whatever you like inside. You put as much rum or wine that you like inside of it. All right, and you don't have to use any rum or wine if you don't want to, guys. Yeah, it's all up to you, you know. Yes, you know, some people don't um use any wine or don't use any rum in there, you know. Yeah, but this is how we normally do it. Yeah, so I'm just adding in a little more of the egg inside of the batter. Okay, yes. So I'm there beating out that, you know. After a while, it's like I get used to doing it, you know. So it come like nothing to me, because when I little and I grow up, my mother always have us help her rub out the cake whenever she making cake at Christmas time, whenever she making the rum cake. So, you know, it come like nothing to me and my brother and sister them to always, you know, go help her for rub the cake together, because after we finish, everybody want the bottom of the pot that the mixture was mixing, you know. Everybody a fight for the coat it. Yeah. Okay, yes. So there, putting in the rest of my egg, and I cut and fold in the egg. Yes, guys, I cut and fold in when I'm mixing up the butter together. Whenever I add anything inside, I normally like cut and fold to make it all, you know, marinate in together. Yeah, cut and fold it, guys. Okay, just mixing up the last of the egg butter inside of the sugar and the butter. Okay, yes. Yeah, mix it away. Yes. There I go, working that with a spoon. Okay, yes. So now I'm going to be adding in my blended fruits, which consists of raisin, prune, mixed fruit, okay, and wine and rum. All right, here what I was talking about before, about if you want to add in the rum or the wine in it. Yeah, okay, I will blend the fruit together if you don't want any alcohol in yours. Yes, so there I'm going to be putting it in two. I add some before, now I'm going to be adding the rest inside of it. Yes, guys, I had my fruit soaking for over 2 weeks. Normally we soak those fruit for weeks, months before we bake, or you can just go ahead if you want to do it a same day and just blend it up together. You can do that as well. Yes, so there am I putting in that. Now I'm going to be adding in my baking flour. You can use all-purpose flour as well. Okay, guys. Yes, so like I said, I cut and I fold whenever I add in a mixture inside of the batter. All right, yes. So I'm just cutting and folding in my baking flour inside of my mixture. All right, yes. I'm not gonna lie, it did smell good at this time. You start to smell it, everything infused together, the whole fruit, blended fruit, and the butter and the sugar and the egg. Everything start to give a little aroma inside of the kitchen. Yes, you know. So put in some more flour in it. All right, yes. You know, normally we don't normally like measure anything in Jamaica, guys. Me not gonna lie, 99 percent of people in Jamaica don't measure nothing whenever them cooking. We normally just eyeball it, like we normally said, we eyeball and cook in Jamaica. We don't measure, we don't know, but we're always lucky to get it just right. Yes, I grew up watching my grandmother and my mother doing the same thing, my aunties them doing the same thing. Them just eyeball and cook. We're not gonna lie, and I saw me just grow up and do the same thing. We don't measure, normally measure anything. Yeah, may I tell you, 99% of kitchen in Jamaica don't measure nothing when we cook. We eyeball and judge it and do it, you know, until it does get used. It does come like nothing to you. Yes, I'm adding in some baking powder right now. Yes, guys, inside of the mixture as well. That was the last of the flour. It didn't need any more flour. My batter is the consistency that I wanted it to, so I didn't add any more flour inside of there. Let me say we eyeball it and we judge it and how it feel. Yes, so it didn't need any more flour. Yes, I'm adding in my mixed spice now as well inside of there. Yes, so I'm not gonna tell you, so I use 2 teaspoons of these are half teaspoon of this. No, but I just know me use a pinch of salt. Yes. All right. Yeah. Now I just eyeball and cook. Food always turn out good. Yeah. So get in almost all the ingredients inside of the cake. So now I'm going to be putting in some vanilla extract in the cake mixture. All right. Yes. There I am again eyeballing in vanilla mixture. Well, I'm gonna put it in there. Yes, guys. Okay, so yes, the cake make batter is the exact consistency that I want it to. If you find that your cake batter is too tight and you add little more wine in there, all right? Yes. So I'm going to be putting in my browning inside of my cake. Now let me tell you about the browning. The browning, all you put as much or as little browning as you want inside the cake. It all depends on the color that you want the cake to be. I add the same, I made the same cake, I should say, on my other channel in December, but I make it light brown. I make it to this color that you see I have on the screen right now. I didn't add any more browning in there, and that cake turned out light brown because I wanted it to. All right, this cake now I wanted it to be much darker than the one that I made before. I wanted it to be black cake. All right, yes, so I'm going to be putting more browning inside of there. Yes, this is a nice color now. Let me tell you, the cake turned out just as good. All right, tastes just as nice. It's all about the color that you want it to. You want it darker, maybe you want it lighter, maybe you just want a brown. Yeah. So you see, look how the color the butter going to change with me adding in more browning inside of there. It's going to get a little darker. All right, yes. So yeah, like I said, with the browning you can put as little or as much as you want. It depends on the color that you want your cake to turn out. All right, guys. Yes. Look, you see the color of the cake change, the color of the butter change, I should say. Yes, because I'm adding some more browning because I was going for a much darker look. All right, yes. Look, my butter is just right, the consistency that I want my butter to. Look at it. Very nice. Not watery, not too thick, nothing like that. But I wanted a little more rum in it because I wanted to have a rum. I wanted a little more wine in it, I should say, not rum. Wine. I put a little more rum in it because I wanted it to have a lot of more taste of the wine inside of it. That's why I put a little more wine in it. Yes, guys. I have to be careful with it when you're adding in wine or something, because if it did get too watery, I would have to put a little bit more flour inside of it. No, the cake wouldn't spoil. All me have to do, I add a little more flour inside of the batter. All right, and if the cake too tight, you add a little more wine in it. All right, yes, for loosen it up. Okay, so it was all right because I didn't add a lot of wine. Yes, see, I'm there, I'm testing it. It's just the consistency that I want it to. All right, yes. So there it is. That's all the ingredients that I use. See, I'm going to be tasting it. Yeah, I'm giving it the thumbs up, right? Don't be afraid to taste your butter, guys, to make sure that you know that it tastes good. Or if you taste it and it will need feel like it needs something, you go ahead and add it in there. All right, yes. So I'm going to be greasing my pans. I'm using the file tin, so I don't need to push any parchment paper in there. Whenever I use a file tin, I just grease it with some butter, and that's it. If I my other file tin had a little slight tear in it because this one, because it was reusable, so I just went ahead and put a little piece of file paper in the bottom of it where the tear was. Yes, because this file tin I used it before, so yeah. So that's all. I'm just greasing it, guys. Yes, before I start adding my cake mixture inside of the tin. All right, yes. So practically done now. Yeah. Tell you, whenever you're baking a cake, guys, make sure to give it a taste test so you can definitely know that you're on the right track and it tastes just the way how you want it to. All right, yes, I'm going to be loading in my butter inside of my tin right now. Yep. Oh yes, guys. So that's all it takes. That's all the ingredients that I use, and I will make sure to list all the ingredients in the description so you guys can have it. All right, yes. So I'm just shaking down the mixture inside of the tin. Whenever you put the mixture inside of the tin, you make sure you go ahead and you give it a little shake to make sure it all settle at the bottom. All right, no air bubbles or anything. All right, yes, there we go. So I'm going to be loading up the next tin as well. Yes, guys, make sure you give it a shake, you know, to make sure that you're leveling it on the bottom and no air bubbles or anything not in the bottom of the cake. All right, that it will come out flat and smooth. Yeah, you do it there, you see, get another little shape in that one, and then adding in more mixture. Man, I'm telling you, this cake, it turned out so good and it was so delicious, man. I sure enjoy it. So there it is, guys. My cake is all finished. Don't worry about that all that you see in the cake, guys. That was me not having any tube tip when I was testing it to see if the cake was big, and I used a big ass knife to test the cake. I don't know why I did that. I don't know, guys, but I should have used just a little small knife just to stick in there to see if it was baked, fully baked. All right, yes, guys, don't make that mistake. All right, yes. So now I'm just adding on some little more wine on the cake. Yes, you see the cake and the color that I wanted to. Very nice, very smooth and very delicious. Okay, yeah, it turned out really good. All right, so I'm just putting on some wine. You can do this, this is optional. After the cake came out of the oven and it's hot and warm, you just throw some wine on there. So I'm going to be slicing in it so you guys can see. All right, look at that, look at that. Even though it was warm, it still wasn't crumbling because well, me get the mixture right. Yes, there it is. Ooh, my nice Jamaican black cake, wine cake. Remember to like, comment, and to subscribe. Alright, guys, and see you in my next